In today's video, I'm going to share with you the truth about municipal bonds. Hey folks, I'm best-selling author David McKnight. Today we're going to be discussing why you might want to think twice before investing in municipal bonds. I've had a lot of email exchanges with people over the years who are trying to set themselves up for a tax-free retirement. And a lot of these folks, for some reason, have this unusual fixation with municipal bonds. Those who have either purchased or contemplated purchasing a municipal bond have done so for two main reasons. First, they are exempt from federal taxes and they are relatively low-risk investments. While tax-free and low risk seems like an aligning of the stars when it comes to tax-free retirement, I would caution you to think twice before taking the plunge. There are 5 reasons why I would be extremely cautious about making municipal bonds a part of your tax-free retirement strategy. First, interest from municipal bonds counts as provisional income. That means that it counts against the thresholds that cause Social Security taxation. So while you may be looking for a stable, predictable, tax-free stream of income, you could unwittingly lose a portion of your Social Security along the way. Remember, if as a single person you have provisional income greater than $34,000, or if you're a married couple and have provisional income that's greater than $44,000, then up to 85% of your Social Security could become taxable to you at your highest marginal tax bracket. That could cause you to lose up to a quarter of your Social Security, forcing you to spend down all your other assets 5 to 7 years faster than those who receive their Social Security tax-free. Second, municipal bonds are not always entirely tax-free. They are free from federal tax, but they are often taxed at the state level if it's not a bond issued by your resident state. Currently, 43 of the 50 states do charge state tax on an out-of-state municipal bond interest. So as state taxes rise over time to keep pace with states' unfunded obligations, you could unwittingly fall prey to tax rate risk. Third, inferior rates of return. The whole point of a tax-free municipal bond is to get a superior rate of return when compared to a corporate bond equivalent. The problem is, even though municipal bonds are tax-free, they offer returns that are far less than their taxable corporate bond equivalents. Even the best muni bonds these days might only get you 2.5%. And while it's a tax-free 2.5%, it's still only 2.5%. So the question you have to ask yourself is this: what will you accomplish by achieving that 2.5% tax-free rate over time? The answer is not much. In fact, if the inflation we've experienced of late keeps up, you're actually losing spending power by locking into even the most productive municipal bonds. This highlights one of the biggest problems with municipal bonds, and that's purchasing power risk. That's the risk that your returns will lag inflation and reduce your spending power over time. Fourth, municipal bonds have interest rate risk. The longer the term of the bond, the greater the risk. If interest rates rise during the term of your bond, you're losing out on a better rate. When interest rates fall, you could even risk losing your principal investment. A bondholder selling a 30-year issue may receive less than the bond initially cost. So there really is no guarantee that you won't lose principal in the long run. Fifth, municipal bonds have call risk. A municipal bond that is issued with a callable option means that the municipal issuing the bond can cancel the issue, pay off the principal, and stop interest payments. The issuer will typically go this route to hedge against falling interest rates. If interest rates were to fall substantially, they could issue a new bond at a lower interest rate. Here's the deal: almost every municipal bond is callable. That means that if interest rates drop and your municipal bond is called, you will have to find some other place to put that money. And given those now lower interest rates, your new bonds will almost certainly be earning you less. Now it's time for the Power of Zero question of the day. What are your thoughts on municipal bonds? Feel free to put your answers in the comment section below. With a bit of proper planning, you won't ever have to rely upon municipal bonds with all of their attendant defects. Think about it this way. If you're taking advantage of all the tax-free nooks and crannies that the IRS affords you, you can shield yourself against taxes and utilize financial instruments that won't expose you to the shortfalls of municipal bonds. So if muni bonds are out, how can you get consistent, predictable, tax-free income in retirement. Here's an idea. Why not own an annuity inside a Roth IRA? By the way, before you get too worked up over the word annuity, think about this. If you don't like annuities, you almost certainly won't like Social Security or that pension plan you're planning on receiving. Why? Because they all work according to the exact same principles as an annuity. Here are some of the advantages of owning an annuity inside a Roth IRA. First, as my friend Todd Hegna once said, if he were to simply reach into any stock bond portfolio, replace the bond portion with an annuity, he can instantly increase the rate of return, lower the risk, and reduce the standard deviation. Remember, annuity companies have massive economies of scale, so they can get rates of returns in their bond portfolios that far exceed what you can get on your own. So they're giving you greater returns without all the risk. Second, now here's the point that I bring out in my best-selling book, Tax-Free Income for Life. You can actually own that annuity inside a Roth IRA. Now, you might have to start out with that annuity inside your IRA, but if you do what I call in Tax-Free Income for Life a piecemeal internal Roth conversion, you can systematically convert that annuity IRA to a Roth IRA, taking advantage of historically low tax rates along the way. So not only can you experience high rates of return, but you can do so in a tax-free environment. That means you're less likely to succumb to purchasing power risk over time. Third, a distribution from any Roth account, including annuities held within those Roth accounts, does not count as provisional income. It does not count against the thresholds which cause Social Security taxation. So, by drawing your income from true tax-free accounts like Roth IRAs, it doesn't count as provisional income and dramatically increases the likelihood that you could receive your Social Security 100% tax-free. As a result, you won't have to spend down all your other assets to compensate for that Social Security taxation, so your portfolio lasts longer. Finally, if you're trying to protect yourself against longevity risk, the Roth IRA annuity can provide guaranteed tax-free income for life. It can guarantee that your income will always flow into your checking account so long as you're on this side of the grass. In summary, if you're looking for a tax-free investment that's safe, municipal bonds are rarely the best option. You'll potentially expose yourself to Social Security taxation, state tax some of the time, purchasing power risk, interest rate risk, and call risk. You're much better off simply replacing the bond portion of your IRA portfolio with an annuity and then converting it systematically to a Roth IRA. These accounts are 100% tax-free, will increase the likelihood you get your Social Security tax-free, offer superior returns over time, and can guarantee that you'll never run out of money. If you need some help navigating these types of strategies, head on over to davidmcknight.com and opt in for a complimentary strategy session. I'm happy to give you a hand. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, and the bell so you never miss a video, and feel free to make comments or ask questions in the comment section below. This is David McKnight. I look forward to seeing you on the next video.